Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, man, we got one of my favorite yearly videos by Urinating Tree right here, titled The Hater's Guide to the 2021 NBA Finals. So, man, I don't watch a ton of NFL football, but I always catch the Super Bowl. So there might be a lot of people that are just tuning in for the NBA Finals that don't know exactly how the teams got here, man. So let's gonna explain essentially what happened in the playoffs. And yeah, that's it, man. Let's get to it.
Reliable than player health in these playoffs. On that note, let's go over the fallen teams.
Spurs.
Alright, the NBA did that
Said Pop's Fossil
series shit to recoup the lost profits from the China boycott. Well, it was up for a mock. San Antonio? Oh, they're already dead. Bring in someone else for once.
Charlotte Hornets.
The Hornets can pretend they're relevant because they landed a ball hole leave in a few years and grossly overpaid Gordon Hayward. Now they can boast.
Hey, I mean, okay. Gordon Hayward was paid a lot of money. But outside of the injuries, he was actually playing. The man was nice out there. So, but I got a feeling it's going to be a contract that's going to be pretty bad, in 3 years.
A shit show in the Pacers.
Maybe 2.
God, get out of my sight, you irrelevant fucks. Maybe this is the end of the Warriors.
The abandoned bandwagon.
Steph may still be feasting, but the rest of the team around him is either withering into ash or too young to sprout. Losing to the Lakers is one thing, but against Memphis? No contest.
I called that, though. I called that.
I mean, come on. The refs were literally trying to gift wrap a win to you, yet you kept swatting it away like it was Draymond in his prime. Now all they can do is hope Clay isn't ruined by repeated season-ending injuries. Please?
Please, for sure.
First. I've said it before and I'll say it again. No matter what they do, bad luck will rain on them like Westbrook and Beal from Beyond the Arc. Try to replace an unhappy Oladipo, misfortune abound. Injuries, locker room turmoil.
So much bad luck for the Pacers.
It was constant dysfunction.
It's like a new cursed franchise.
Brooklyn was the wrong coach for the wrong team. No surprise that he was told to pack his shit and ride down the White River. As for the team itself, I don't know if you think you can do something with it or just blow it up like the Magic did. You already know my answer.
They'll be good.
You defied the NBA's
past the injuries.
The Warriors, thus ruining their quest for ratings in an age when they are in jeopardy. The Jazz will take care of you. You'll get that one win to pretend that things are competitive, but that's it. Ja Morant is only able to do so much for the Grizz. Try again next year, or you'll somehow get beaten by a fake team in Nashville on a 7-game series. Waste as far as the eye can see. When you think of the Mavericks this season, dread is the only thing
7'3" shooting guard, Kristaps Porzingis.
Transcended the court, so it's the perfect opportunity to waste it all. A 3-2 series lead against the ultimate meme team, and what do? Shit the bed royally. Tingus Pingus has become the 2021 version of Pandemic P. A total bust that was a negative asset in the final game. I fear for them.
That don't get old, man.
Since they have potential, but a purge is underway. Rick Carlisle and Donnie Nelson have been sent to the gallows. Few player jobs are safe. And even rumors of Luka being unhappy here are starting to surface. It's a dark time for Mavs fans.
I think Luka's fine.
Might be getting
He'll
darker
get
in
over
the
it.
next few months thanks to meddlesome ownership. Jason Kidd? You brought in him to coach?
He's a good coach.
It's a common performance.
Jason Kidd was not bad for the Bucks. He was all right. Maybe he'll be even better now.
For Portland, even as the pandemic wanes. Despite Damian Lillard doing everything in his power to carry the team to something, his backing band will only croon the song of past years. You're fucked. Denver was ripe for the picking, yet no one else bothered to show up besides Dame. It's not even funny, it's just sad to witness. Stop wasting this fucking man and give him
Everyone
some
ball
legitimate
watching
help.
Damian.
Terry Stotts has been coaching his team out of the playoffs
Damn high school
for years,
basketball
and now has
game.
been finally coached to a pink slip. The real issue may be coming, though. There are grumblings that Lillard himself might want out of here. If Dame time is up in Rip City, it'll be more than crooning happening. It is well known that the Lakers are a two-man team that won a ring because they were allowed to rest enough to dominate in a Mickey Mouse bubble. The problem is what happens when those two players are hobbled enough to sap them of their strength. You get a team coasting on reputation instead of ability.
Bro, LeBron sometimes, man, he has a little extra to all of his gimmicks out there, man, for sure.
They had been hit with injuries to AD and LeBron, and it had affected them enough to send them from championship contenders to what we thought they were last year. An afterthought. As the Phoenix Suns take whatever was left of their power, LeBron will take it as professionally as most of us expect him to. AD tried to come back in Game 6, but it wasn't meant to be. Will the Lakers realize they have serious holes throughout their lineup and their championship run was mostly due to external factors? Of course not. All they have to do is play.
No, I mean, come on, bro, they still deserve the last. They still have LeBron and AD, and I mean, they were healthy and everything back then. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still think they would have won it.
Themselves. The league scheduling, their trainer, the Mickey Mouse bubble, everything else. Good work. You've learned absolutely nothing. Well, at least they finished the year strong. Doesn't matter all that much besides robbing the Rockets of a lottery pick. Their true reward is being the 8th seed and getting their asses kicked by Philly. Predictable. But it's okay, everyone. The Wizards are going to be contenders next year. They fired the major issue in Scott Brooks. Just ignore all the other glaring flaws on the roster and everything's good.
The lack of any defense whatsoever.
All the posturing out of Knicks fans during the season was annoying to hear. Oh my god, we're finally back. The Knicks are good again. We've got youth. We've got Julius Randle. We'll get...
Yo, I was all for, like, the Knicks fans being excited and stuff. There ain't nothing wrong with excitement, but damn, like... You gotta act like you've been there before, you know? Like, they were getting pretty damn cocky, a little bit ahead of themselves. But then again, you know, just the excitement of being back in the playoffs, I guess, is something. But, yeah. Yeah, man, that was I don't know. You gotta act like you've been there before, in my opinion.
Free agents! You'll rue the day you mocked us. Yet when you tell them they only got the 4th seed because a bunch of Eastern Conference teams flopped, they dismiss it. Atlanta will make sure that the cold truth is rubbed in at about the same time that Julius Randle is unfrozen from his brutal slump. Yes, there are promising players here, but Dolan still lingers. You can't escape that. So who are you going to
get a big name
this offseason to flop on your team?
They'll get a big name.
It appears their window went from wide open to hitting a few roadblocks. Quite a shitty year for Miami.
It's so
the only
bad.
explanation I have is a bubble hangover. Everything went to hell and back. Somehow getting smacked around by Milwaukee was merely a reinforcement instead of a shock. Nobody really took the step up that they needed to. It's kind of the same all around.
They did look very
When
unmotivated.
that happens, the rest of the league feasts on the stagnation. The worst part is that there isn't much they can really do. You can only ponder what could have happened if they traded for James Harden or Kyle Lowry. Probably a second-round exit.
Not with Harden.
Shit show. A team with championship ambitions whose only accolades involve the tabloid pages and the 3-ring circus. The rings used were probably from years past, since any hope of this current squad has been sapped. You may have fleeced the Nets all those years ago, but they fleeced you on the court this time around. The boomerang eventually comes back to you. And the result is a massive shakeup in the organization. Danny Ainge is minced into a hot lobster roll, and Brad Stevens gets promoted for...
Yeah, you knew that felt good for Kyrie.
You need some overhauling, Celtics. Kemba Walker's exile is only the start. Good luck. Your first mistake was trusting the Utah Jazz to do anything of note in critical situations. Your next mistake was becoming a fan of the team in the first place. A franchise that has repeatedly failed to get anything done when it mattered did so again? This is shocking to people? Even against a team that has the second round in their existence, the Jazz failed to live up to any sort of expectations. They pull a few boners. Enough to blow a 25-point lead in Game 6. They
Unacceptable.
didn't even have Kawhi for the last 2 games and they shut the bed.
Unacceptable.
The only result is another year staring into a mirror wondering what the fuck is wrong. Par for the course. What killed the Nuggets? You have to go back a few months to find the true cause of it. Jamal Murray, a budding star and one of the key pieces on the team. Injured long-term to further curse
torn
the
ACL.
franchise. Without him, they were dead men walking. They could survive a series, but against superior competition, no chance in hell. They got bitch-slapped by a fleshed-out unit. Nikola Jokic couldn't do everything, and even then he was thrown out of Game 4 on a flagrant foul. It's standard Denver. When you get some hope, there will be about 12 wrenches thrown in the engine. It sucks, but what can you do? Thank God. I don't care that the Nets haven't won anything worth a damn. With the shit a few of their players pulled this season, any championship...
Wait, whoa, what's this? Suddenly, oh, skinny. I thought it said skinny dipping. I thought it said skinny dipping days after looking severely out of shit. What? Okay.
Did with the stains of bullshit. Even then,
Thank
it's a
you.
year that will be
Thank
uttered
you.
with the words, what if? What if the team didn't get hit with the injury bug?
You said
What
every year
if
for any
Kyrie
team.
was able to play for the whole Bucks series? What
Every
if
team
James
has
Harden
injuries.
didn't have a legitimate excuse for finishing a game? What if KD's toe wasn't on the three-point line? We may be in a fucked league again. They tried, but the great equalizer here was fate. And Joe Harris trying to construct a house with all his bricks. It's what happens when you trade your depth for big pieces to go all in. The risks are great. What did you expect to happen when you hired the NBA's version of Mike McCarthy? A Super Bowl ring out of pity? Not with the shenanigans you pulled this year.
Wait,
The only
Mike
word to
McCarthy, is that a
describe it
football
is
player?
Choke. When you blow multiple double-digit leads in consecutive games? When you prolapse in the fourth quarter at home when leading by 26? When you fail to stop Trae Young or Kevin Huerter? When the Hawks are eager to
was that
foul your
noise?
star in Ben Simmons because he literally cannot make a free throw? I trust him with all the weaponry in the world. He won't fucking shoot. Come Game 7, it was just a slow and inevitable death.
You know, I gotta say though, man, like, that's one good thing about my team not making the playoffs, man. I don't gotta sit here and take this roasting. I mean, I gotta take plenty of other roasting from everybody else, man. But hey, ain't saying nothing about Detroit. Can't make fun of them in the playoffs. They don't make the playoffs.
This was what all that tanking was for? Another epic implosion? Jesus Christ. As punishment for Donald Sterling's worthless ass, the Clippers have been cursed with terrible injuries at the most inopportune times. Yes, you will finally make it past the second round for the first time in your existence. But it's going to come at a cost far greater than you could imagine. Kawhi. All of the load management over the year can't save him. His knee injury had him unable to play in the conference finals. Even as the Clippers continue to fight hard, the Suns decided the Black Sheep
Y'all think
of the
they would've
West
won if they
Coast
had
has
Kawhi?
had enough success for the year. They take them down effectively, but they do it in excruciating fashion. Do you remember CP3? He's going to be a big factor in LA's demise again.
CP3!
The big question now lies in the offseason. Can they keep Kawhi around? If he leaves, this team is going to be so fucked they should be sponsored by Brazzers.
I think he's
all
gone.
Of the hype of going all in, and it only may be for a hollow victory. Well, at least you made it past the second round? You know what usually happens when a Cinderella team finds the magic to upend several opponents on their way to a deep playoff run, right? The clock usually strikes midnight. Hate to say it, Atlanta, but the sands in the hourglass have run out. And they were given every opportunity to win this series. Milwaukee...
Yo, low-key, when it comes, like, the Hawks don't really got to do any trades at all, man. Like, they better start Cam Reddish next year. I want to see Cam Reddish at the 2 spot, DeAndre Hunter at the 3. Actually, you know what? Low-key, you might actually want to, like, let John Collins walk, man. You can put DeAndre at the 4, then Cam at the 3. Might work out pretty nice. The dude's going to be a superstar. I got a prediction, man.
Literally has the guy who coached your team into dust leading the helm. Giannis was knocked out of the series with a knee injury. But here is where the monkey's paw comes into play. Trae Young was hobbled as well. Without their emerging star at full strength, the Hawks fell to a cast of characters like Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
The miracles are over.
And, like, Hawk fans can't really say in this case, well, man, what if Trae Young would have been healthy? Because, you know, Giannis kind of takes care of that, right? So.
I mean, hey, great season, but this feels like a wasted opportunity. They had the Bucks right where they wanted them and let them escape into the woods.
I mean, they didn't have Trae Young,
though,
the whole time.
We should be honoring them for the real gift they gave to these playoffs, allowing us to witness Philly's meltdown. Thank you for your service. This might be one of the first times I've been able to say I thoroughly enjoyed these playoffs. Things weren't predictable. We got intriguing matchups all around. It wasn't LeBron or Golden State mowing through everyone for the 7th year in a row.
Yes, thank you for
All
that.
it took were major injuries to nearly every star player in the league. I don't care that the ratings might suck. Show me the finals matchup. Phoenix against Milwaukee. The talking heads at ESPN are punching the air as I mention those cities. Oh no, the cast of First Take has to go to a city that isn't overcrowded and doesn't smell like shit. I feel so bad for them. They might not even be able to talk about Giannis if he's not at full strength due to his injury. This is feeling like Phoenix's time, but it doesn't seem anywhere as clear-cut as it usually is. No matter what happens, a team is winning their first NBA championship in at least 50 years.
Yeah, I love to see that.
The Suns win, it's their first in history. We must embrace this piece of non-fuckery. A combination of CP3, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton, or Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Brook Lopez will walk out of this with a ring. What a time to be
Damn,
alive.
it's a Drew.
Final seconds.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video, man. Fantastic as always. Gotta love it.